Good morning, dear students. Now, so far we discussed chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4. Now we come to chapter 5, that is limits and continuity. As an introductory part of limits and continuity, we have discussed in grade 11 what is limit, what is the continuity, a little bit of the formulas we have studied in grade 11. Now we are going to discuss about a major topic of calculus, that is there are two parts for calculus. One is a differential calculus and the other one is a integral calculus. So refreshing back to grade 11, we will start from limits, continuity, then move to differentiation, applications of differentiation, then we move on to integration, which is the opposite of differentiation, and then we move to applications of integration, and the last topic will be in calculus in grade 12 will be differential calculus, differential equations. So it is a vast topic, very interesting, but only thing is you have to do the work along with the teacher, and the assignments will be given, and all are supposed to submit the assignments in the email given below, or what I have given already to you. You have to submit your assignments, and test papers will be followed in every week. So let us go to the topic, limits and continuity. Now I have already drawn a graph over here, x-axis, y-axis. There are two functions, and the graphical representation is drawn over here. Now what is meant by continuity? From the word continuous, you know that generally what do you mean by continuous? Continuous means there is no gaps, there is no holes, or there is no break. The same thing applies here also. There is in a function there is no gap, there is no hole, there is no break. A smooth graph is called as a continuous graph. And how do you define the continuity in terms of mathematics? Now let us say limit x tending to a1 minus. There are 3 points on the x-axis, a1, a2 and a3, and there are 4 holes, L1, L2, L3 and L4. Now you already know what is the representation of this one. Limit of x tending to a1 minus. That is a1, the point a1 can be approached from the left side, or it can be approached from the right side. So when you approach from the left side of a1, it is called as the left hand limit of the function. And when you approach from left side of a1, you can see from the graph a1 corresponds to this line, and the point is equal to L1. It is equal to L1. Similarly, the point A can be approached from the right side, A1, and when you approach from the right side, it is again equal to L1. That is, the limit exists at this point, L1, but it is not continuous at x is equal to A1, because there is a hole or a gap at the point x is equal to A1. Limit is existing. Right hand limit as well as the left hand limit is existing, but it is not continuous. The reason is that there is a hole or a gap at the point x is equal to A1. Now
please explain the notations A1 minus and A1 plus.
A1 minus, yes, a very good question. A1 minus means there is a point A1. A1 minus means you can approach from A to A1 from the left side. That is on a number line. If you consider a point 5 can be approached from the left side. Okay, and that will be left hand limit, and 5 can be approached from the right side. That will be the right hand limit. So this will be 5 plus and this will be 5 minus. Is it clear to you?
Yes.
Okay. Now it is not continuous at x is equal to a1, because there is a gap at the point x is equal to a1. Now consider the point a2. There are 2 points, A2 corresponds to L2 and A2 corresponds to L4. So limit of extending to A2, limit of extending to A2 minus, that is A2 is approached from the left side. A2 is approached from the left side. That means this point corresponds to L2. It corresponds to L2. Limit is existing. Limit extending to A2 plus, that is A2 is approached from the right hand side. A2 is approached from the right hand side. That means this is A2 is approached from the right hand side. A2, the value is equal to L4. But what happens here? You can see that the limit at extending to A2 minus left hand limit as well as the right hand limit, they are not equal. That means it is not continuous at x is equal to A2. So in the first part we have seen that at a particular point the function is continuous. From left limit, right limit, the function is continuous. But at the point there is a hole. In the second case, left limit and right limit exist, but they are entirely different. Left limit value is equal to L2, right limit value is equal to L4. Now, is it clear? Okay. Now, when you consider
They are different from left and right. So both are,
because limit means it is not the exact value we are taking. It is not the exact value. It is approaching. It is coming very, 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 very close to that point.
if we simply look, A2 has got two values, L2 and L4.
Yes.
Then why it is coming L2 for left hand and L4 for right hand?
Because this graph is only up to here. So this is only left hand. For the other point A2, for the same point x coordinate A2, the graph is on the right side. There is a graph on the right side. There is a function. There is a function. But here you can see that there is only function on the LHS. Clear? Okay, very good. Now, when you consider the third case, that is limit of x tending to A3 minus f of x is equal to, you can observe from the figure, is equal to limit of x tending to A3 plus f of x is equal to L3. That is when you consider A3 from the left limit and from the right limit, it is equal to L3. But still it is not continuous at the point, but because it is not defined at the point x is equal to A3. It is not defined at the point x is equal to A3. So for the continuity, what are the properties you should remember? Continuity at a point. How can you say a function is continuous at a point? Okay, a function f of x fails to be continuous at x is equal to a for any of the following reasons. So we are discussing here when can you say that the function is not continuous at a particular point. There are 3 points to be considered. Limit extending to a, f of x exists but not equal to f of a. Limit exists but not equal to the value of the function at x is equal to a. Here this case, because it is not equal to at x is equal to a, there is a gap over there. Limit extending to a, f of x does not exist. Limit extending to a. So you may think, why I have not written as a left hand limit or a right hand limit. Again it comes. Either limit extending to a plus f of x or limit extending to x a minus f of x does not exist. This means either left limit or right limit does not exist or both does not exist. If nothing is mentioned about plus or minus, it means that either left limit or right limit does not exist or both does not exist. Then what about the third point? Not defined at x is equal to a. Then f of a do not exist. Not defined at x is equal to a. That is limit extending to a3 minus is equal to limit extending to a3 plus f of x is equal to L3, but not defined at the point x is equal to a3. So these are the 3 conditions you have to keep in mind for a function to be continuous. Left limit approaching from the left side to the point, right limit and the value of the function at that point. If all these conditions are satisfied, then we can say that the function is continuous at that particular point. Keep in mind, and we have to, this is the main basic part of that chapter, and based on this we have to discuss different types of problems. That is, when this exists, then we have when this exists, this does not exist, different conditions, different types, one by one we will discuss over here. Okay, I hope this is clear to you. Now take down the question. The first thing is, on testing continuity of a function, on testing continuity of a function, continuity of a function at a point when the function has the same definition, when the function has the same definition, function has the same definition on both sides, of the given point. Category wise I will be discussing. So this is the first one, on testing continuity of a function when the function has the same definition on both sides of the given point. That is, the left hand limit and the right hand limit, they are the same. First question, test the continuity at the origin. Test the continuity at the origin. At the origin, f of x is equal to modulus of x by x, x not equal to 0, 1, x is equal to 0. So here see, on testing continuity of a function at a point. So what is the point we are checking? X is equal to at the origin. At the origin means x is equal to 0. When the function has the same definition on both sides of the given point. X not equal to 0 means, x not equal to 0 means it can be the left limit or it can be the right limit. At the point x is equal to 0, the value of the function is equal to 1. This is the first property. So how do you start with? First you can write f of 0. What is f of 0 is equal to 1. Now you have to start with the left limit. Limit x tending to 0 minus f of x is equal to, last year you have studied, this is equal to, by the formula, limit h tending to 0, f of 0 minus h. I am not going to the previous year what we have discussed. I hope all of you remember why we are writing like this, is equal to limit h tending to 0, f of minus h. And what is f of minus h? Go to the formula. It is limit of h tending to 0, minus h modulus of minus h by minus h. That is equal to h by minus h, which is equal to minus 1. Minus 1. But at the point it is equal to 1. Left side it is equal to minus 1. But still we can discuss the right limit also. Limit x tending to 0 plus f of x is equal to limit h tending to 0, f of 0 plus h equal to limit of h tending to 0 f of h. And what is f of h is equal to modulus of h divided by h, and that is equal to 1. So from here you can see that the value of the function at the point and the right limit, they are equal, but it is not equal to the left hand limit. So the function is not continuous at the origin. So the function is not continuous at the origin. This is the first step. On testing continuity of a function at a point. At a point. Because you should be careful at a point. After some time we will be discussing in an interval. So these are the key points. At a point when the function has the same definition on both sides. That is same definition. Left limit the same definition, right limit the same definition on both sides of the given point. So this is how you do. The key points you have to keep in mind while discussing the problem. Now next one, discuss the continuity of the point. F of x is equal to x into sine 1 by x. X not equal to 0 at x is equal to 0. Discuss the continuity at x is equal to 0. It's a very important question. So at the point 0, f of 0 is equal to 0. Okay. Limit x tending to 0 plus f of x is equal to limit h tending to 0 f of 0 plus h, which is equal to limit h tending to 0 f of h. And what is f of h is equal to? Limit h tending to 0 h into sine of 1 by h. Sine of 1 by h. But what is this equal to? H is tending to 0. That is equal to 0 into sine of 1 by h. Sine of 1 by h means sine of an angle. And sine of an angle means it is a number oscillating between plus 1 and minus 1. So this value is equal to 0. Sine of 1 by h, and so this is equal to 0. So f of 0 is equal to 0. Right hand limit is equal to 0. Now we go to the limit x tending to 0 minus f of x is equal to limit h tending to 0 f of 0 minus h is equal to limit of h tending to 0 f of minus h, and that is equal to limit h tending to 0 minus h into sine of 1 by minus h. But what is sine of minus theta? Sine of minus theta is equal to minus sine theta. So this minus and minus becomes plus. So again it is equal to h into limit h tending to 0 h into sine of 1 by h, and that is equal to 0 into an oscillating number between plus 1 and minus 1. So the answer is equal to 0. So what can you say about the continuity of this point? Continuity of this function at the point x is equal to 0. You can identify that at the function at the point 0 it is equal to 0. Right limit it is equal to 0. Left limit it is equal to 0. That means the function is continuous at the point x is equal to 0. left hand limit, right hand limit, and the value of the function, all these three are equal. That means the function is continuous at the particular point x is equal to 0. Easy, isn't it? Yes. You should understand the concept. Then everything will be clear to you. Now, next one. Show that f of x is equal to sin x by x plus cos x, x not equal to 0, equal to 2, x is equal to 0, is continuous at x is equal to 0. So, type 1 not equal to 0 means it can be left limit, it can be right limit at the point. So, it is given that you have to show that this function is continuous at the point. So, we will write f of 0. F of 0 is equal to 2. Limit x tending to which point? 0. From the left limit, f of x is equal to limit of h tending to 0, f of 0 minus h, equal to limit of h tending to 0, f of minus h, and that is equal to limit h tending to 0. What is the function? Sine of minus h by minus h plus cos of minus h, equal to, you have studied the property of limit. You can give the limit to these two functions. Limit of h tending to 0 minus sin h by minus h plus limit h tending to 0 cos of h. What is the reason? Cos of minus theta is equal to cos theta, and that is equal to, and at the same time sine of minus theta is equal to minus sine theta. So, minus and minus cancel. Limit of h tending to 0 sin h by h plus limit of h tending to 0 cos h, and this value is equal to 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. So, left limit, okay, left limit and the value of the function, they are the same. Now, we have to see about the right hand limit. Right hand limit, limit x tending to 0 plus f of x is equal to limit h tending to 0 f of 0 plus h, that is equal to limit h tending to 0 f of h, which is limit h tending to 0 sin h by h plus cos h, which is limit h tending to 0 sin h by h plus limit h tending to 0 cos h, and that is 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. So, we can say that limit x tending to 0 plus f of x is equal to limit x tending to 0 minus f of x is equal to f of 0, and all these values are all equal to 2. Therefore, the function is continuous at the point x is equal to 0. Now, next question. I hope you have copied down the answers. Next question. Check the continuity at x is equal to x is equal to pi by 2. X is equal to pi by 2. F of t is equal to cos t divided by pi by 2 minus t not equal to pi by 2, equal to 1 at t is equal to pi by 2. So you have to check the continuity at the point t is equal to pi by 2. And this belongs to the first category. So you can write along with me. Okay. Limit t tending to pi by 2 minus f of t is equal to limit h tending to 0 f of pi by 2 0 plus pi by 2 is equal to limit of h tending to 0 f of pi by 2 f of pi by 2, that is equal to pi by 2 plus h, that is equal to limit h tending to 0 cos of pi by 2 plus h. Sorry, it is pi by 2 minus pi by 2 minus h minus pi by 2. One minute. F of pi by 2 minus h, that is equal to limit of h tending to 0 cos of pi by 2 minus h divided by pi by 2 minus pi by 2 minus h. Which is equal to limit of h tending to 0 cos pi by 2 minus h is equal to sin h divided by pi by 2 minus pi by 2 plus h. When you open the bracket, cancel cos pi by 2 minus theta is equal to sin theta, and which is equal to limit of h tending to 0 sin h by h is equal to 1. So left hand limit is equal to 1. F of pi by 2 is equal to 1. F of pi by 2 is equal to 1. Now we have to see about the right hand limit. Limit t tending to pi by 2 plus f of t is equal to limit h tending to 0 f of pi by 2 plus h, that is equal to limit of h tending to 0 cos of pi by 2 plus h divided by pi by 2 minus pi by 2 minus h, pi by 2 plus h. Which is equal to limit of h tending to 0 cos pi by 2 minus plus h means minus sin h divided by pi by 2 minus pi by 2 minus h. Pi by 2 and minus pi by 2 cancel. it is equal to limit of h tending to 0 minus sin h divided by minus h. Minus and minus cancel, because the reason is cos pi by 2 plus h is equal to minus sin h. So this is limit of h tending to 0 sin h by h is equal to 1. Therefore, the value of the function therefore, the value of the function is equal to, at the point not equal to, all are equal. Therefore, the function is continuous at the point t is equal to pi by 2. At the point t is equal to pi by 2. So, this section, that is at a point and in the interval, I have discussed some questions. The rest of the questions are similar in your textbook. You can discuss. Now we move on to the second section of this type. Second section of this type, on testing continuity of a function at a point when the function has different definitions, on both sides of the given point. On both sides of the given point. Second type, on testing continuity of a function. We are going to test the continuity of a function at a point when the function has different definitions. At the point the function has different. The last case, it was the same definition on both sides. It was different definitions on both sides of the given point. Underline the word different definitions. Take down the question. Discuss the continuity at x is equal to 1 by 2 where f of x is equal to 1 by 2 minus x, 0 less than or equal to x less than 1 by 2, 3 by 2 minus x, 1 by 2 less than x less than or equal to 1. So this is the question. On testing continuity of a function at a point, the function has different definitions on both sides of the given point. So you can see that 0 less than or equal to x. When the function is, the point we have to discuss is 1 by 2. So on at the point on both sides of the given point, and we have to discuss at which point we have to discuss the continuity at the point x is equal to 1 by 2. Take down. At 1 by 2, f of 1 by 2 is equal to 3 by 2 minus 1 by 2 is equal to 2 by 2 is equal to 1. X less than 1 by 2. Limit x tending to 1 by 2 minus f of x is equal to first function or the second function you are going to take. You will take the first function because it is x less than 1 by 2. X less than 1 by 2 means it is the first function we have to take. X less than 1 by 2. So this is limit x tending to 1 by 2 minus f of x means 1 by 2 minus x. This is equal to limit of h tending to 0 f of 1 by 2 minus h. H is tending to 0, so this value is equal to 1 by 2. 1 by 2. And limit of x tending to 1 by 2 plus f of x is equal to limit h tending to 0 f of 1 by 2 plus h. 1 by 2 less than x means x is greater than 1 by 2. It is equal to 3 by 2 plus 1 by 2 plus h. H is tending to 0, that is 2 by 2 is equal to 1. But here you can see that at the point 1 by 2 at right hand limit the values are equal, but at the left hand limit it is equal to 1 by 2. So the function is not continuous at x is equal to 1 by 2. So here different definitions on both sides. You are checking the continuity at 1 by 2 and you have different definitions. X less than 1 by 2, x greater than 1 by 2. Next one. Discuss the continuity at f of x is equal to 2 minus x. X less than 2, 2 plus x. X greater than or equal to 2 at x is equal to 2. So, different definitions on both sides. F of 2 is equal to 2 plus 2 is equal to 4 at 2. Greater than or equal to 2 means it is 2 plus x. Limit x tending to 2 plus f of x is equal to limit of h tending to 0, 2 plus h. That is limit of h tending to 0, 2 plus 2 plus h. It is equal to 4. Limit x tending to 2 minus f of x is equal to limit of h tending to 0 f of 2 minus h is equal to limit of h tending to 0 f of 2 minus h less than 2, that is 2 minus h, which is equal to limit of h tending to 0, 2 minus 2 plus h. It is equal to 0. Therefore, these two values are equal, whereas the left hand limit is not equal to 4. So the function is not continuous at that point. Function is not continuous at that point. Next one. Do you need a break? Okay, I'll give you 5 minutes break and then we'll continue. Thank you.